Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. How often have we been in a Jummah khutbah where the Imam's talking about hellfire, damnation, and you come out of it and you think, oh my God, it's so difficult to be a good Muslim. It reminds me of when we were taught Islamic studies and Quran as children. How often did we actually go to the class with enthusiasm and loving to be there? It was a bit of a chore, to be honest. You'd go there and you see the Imam and he'd look very scary and he'd have usually a stick, a danda, and you were just scared. You were scared of getting your lesson wrong in case you got beaten up. Alhamdulillah, the laws changed significantly from that time. Good news for the new generation, of course. But, in our time, people did used to get, let's say, physical correction, right? Putting it mildly. And, I know many imams, I know many hafiz of Quran, people who became memorizers of Quran, who were taught through fear, and that's what the motivating factor was. And many of them who later on, once they left their madrasas and they went off into life, a lot of them forgot the Quran because, if you're taught something through fear and when that fear is gone, then you take your foot off the accelerator. And I think this is something very, very important, that very often we teach people through fear. We say, have you done your salah? Have you read Quran? If you don't do this, you're going to get punished. There's always a punishment attached to it. Whereas if we flipped that and used a positive emotion, it'd be a lot more powerful, like love. Because when you love something, if you love a job, right, even if you didn't get paid, you'd still do it because you love it. So if we taught our children love of Allah, love of the Prophet ﷺ, love of religion, then what happens is you don't want to sin because you don't want to sin against God. Not because you're afraid that someone's going to hit you or you're afraid of hellfire. It's because you do not want to disgrace yourself in front of your Creator because you love Him too much. And then when you start to love something, you want to do it automatically. So when you go away to university, some parents, are afraid when my child goes to university, will they get up to no good? But if they love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you can put them anywhere and they will not get up to no good because they love God too much and they do not want to fall into sin. Because there's a difference between loving something and fearing something. There's a difference between wanting to do something and having to do something. If you want to do something, you'll do it with a lot more enthusiasm, a lot more energy than having to do something. So I think if we could focus on loving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and loving our religion, you would get people doing amazing things. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to change our perspective and start focusing more on loving Allah and bringing love into our lives rather than doom and gloom and fear all the time. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam tasliman kathira. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.